Okay, we're playing an anonymous from wherever, Russia is it? Let's play our funny line of the Alekhine defense. So it decides to transpose. If knight takes bishop check, king takes queen check, pawn move or king back, and then queen here picks up the knight. Alright, how are we going to play this? You know, I don't like this. I think e6 is probably better for him. Perhaps knight here. Yeah, I thought e6 was better. So he could have saved himself a tempo, really. If pawn takes, we just drop back here. If queen check, queen e2. Oh, he wants more. He wants more, okay. Knight back. Let's counter-attack. Now if he checks, we're going to end up in f1, I think. He has bishop g4 here. He prefers to give a check on f7. Can we just move this back? Now, if bishop here, we take and then we end up taking this one. You could play d3 just to mess up our pawn structure. This is a very common positional theme. Push, pawn takes, and later the rooks piled up on the d file and pick up this pawn and the other pawn. That's a very useful. So this is the variation that I suggested, and it doesn't work for him because of just this. The take on here. If e5, knight f5, queen here, knight e3. This is a very weak pawn now. Yep, like we said, knight here. I could have gone to e6 as well, which is not a comfortable thing for him, but I quite like this. He should play queen d7. And he plays queen c5, which is more aggressive, but I don't think it's working for him. Could we hit him here? Now pawn takes, yeah, that's predictable, and then we go knight takes. Now we're targeting the square again. He checks, but this time we can exchange the queens. You know, being a pawn up does wonder when you want to play the end game. But it's not just that. We have actually we take with the king. We have some good weak squares here, good threats. Knight here, knight f5. He can't castle this way. His knight is having trouble developing on natural squares like c6. What the hell is this? Alright, then we're going to go for c7. I don't think he could afford this move forward. He may have dreamt of bishop here onto f2, but it just doesn't work. This meets the threat and threatens something else. Okay, so now he's on to h2, but we've got this. How about we just ding dong him? Like I said, f5 is a delicious square for the knight. You know, he would have ideally liked to play king f7, but he can't because of this very strong bishop. This bishop will be stopping moves like rook g8 and all sorts of things. Very strong position. So which way is he going to swing? You know, so d7. I think he overlooked a very simple move here. Very simple. Now he's got to be careful which square he goes to, because, well, he can't. He's got to go on c6, I think, because bishop here, but he loses because rook behind. We have time to give check with the bishop on c6, to c6, and then get back. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, we do this. The other way around, if he goes on dark squares, we have time to check with the knight, perhaps here and here, and then withdraw the... look, we're just going to exchange, I think, are we? Okay, but the king is not feeling too comfortable here, so how about we do this? And then we're threatening bishop f3 check. You could play knight here. Knight e5 is probably the only move for him. Oh dear, I don't think that works. That doesn't work. The king is too busy. We're going to drop g2, but that's not a big problem, actually. This is just simple tactics, you know. The king is protecting two pieces. We take one, and then we take the other. This bishop here is very useful because it can drop back if we are ever in check. Like I said, we're going to drop g2, but you know, eventually we're going to exchange rooks on the g file. Actually, we might be able to. We don't have to give him g2 just yet. I should have checked him on d1 for the rook first, but then it might have so we don't necessarily. Yes, that's predictable. How about we do this? We check. If king c6, we play king f1, pawn on, bishop e5. We might be able to play f4. But anyway, even if he starts running now, he won't have time. Yes, okay, we just do this. We're on to his pawns. It's a lovely square here. The rooks can double. Just like that, simple moves. Often a chess game is won with deceptively simple moves. And that's it.